fetch page content of this URL using HTTP response body and save it under Reels on my Notion workspace. So what it has done, it has fetched the page content from this using HTTP response body. This time we haven't used browser HTML. It has created a new page in the Notion under Reels, and it has added the 10 live quotes, author, and the tags. So this is the URL of the Notion page. And if I open it directly, you will see that it is indeed over here under the Reels tab. So I just need to hide it. So yes, you can see everything is over here. Model Context Protocol or MCP servers are nowadays everywhere, supercharging the capabilities of your large language models. In one of the previous videos, John showed you how you can create your own bare bones MCP server which uses Zyte API, and you can able to fetch web page and give all the context to a large language model. In this video, however, I want to showcase you how you can leverage the power of a Docker Desktop MCP Toolkit and build your MCP server, which makes it a bit easy to manage MCP server, especially when it comes to the client secret. So let's go. So this is the GitHub repo where I have hosted my MCP server, and you can check it out. The link will be in the description below. Everything that is related to the MCP server, how to set it up, how you can run it locally is available in the README. So definitely check it out. First, let's talk about the Docker Desktop Setup MCP Toolkit. So Docker Desktop application, which you can download for free, now has something called MCP Toolkit, and this allows you to run multiple MCP servers locally inside Docker containers. So it makes it really easy to do a lot of different stuff using MCP servers and your local large language model or desktop applications. Here you can see I have different servers in the catalog. You can see there is a playwright server. One thing to note over here is, since anyone can submit their MCP server, just make sure that you know what you are doing. So I always recommend that you search with the known publisher. These are the official servers by their official organization. For example, we have one for Playwright, which is by Microsoft. We have Grafana, Context 7, MongoDB, Presearch, a lot of different MCP servers which you can download locally and run and interact with them using Docker containers and your local LLM model application. And then we also have the clients. So Docker Desktop support different clients using which you can interact with them. So I'm using Claude Desktop for this one, but you can set it up in Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, Gemini, CLI. There are a lot of different options. NM Studio is also over here, and we also have a Visual Studio Code. So whichever client you're using, just click connect over here, and it will do all the configuration for you. So yes, you can interact with all these MCP servers. For example, I have downloaded the Notion MCP server, which helps me to interact with my Notion work pages. There is a YouTube transcript MCP server, which allows me to download the transcript for any video I pass the URL. And Context 7 is basically the documentation for all the major programming framework and languages. But we are more interested to check out how we can create our own MCP server. So this is the Zyte PageContent MCP server. PageContent is a Zyte API feature which allows you to fetch all the important information on the page, and I have wrapped it up inside an MCP server. So let's quickly look at the code. So we are using the fast MCP server. It's the library that you can use to build MCP server. I'm using HTTPX instead of a request, but you can also use a request or any other modern library. The idea is that any function that you want your MCP to expose, it should be in their own different function or submodules. Over here, I have page content using HTTP response body, and it's taking the Zyte API key from the environment, which I'm going to talk about how it handles in the Docker Desktop. And once it has the Zyte API key, it will fetch the page content of the website that you have provided. If you go to the Zyte API documentation and check out the page content, again, link will be in the description below. You can see that you can fetch the page content using HTTP response body, or you can also use something called browser HTML, which is recommended for JavaScript heavy website. So we can also say to our LLM client that we want to fetch page using browser HTML, and then this function will be called. And using the fast MCP library, we are creating this MCP server. It's pretty straightforward. We have three functions over here, which fetches the page content and parse it using HTTP response body, browser HTML, and only browser HTML. So that's the feature of Zyte API page content feature. You can check it out. And this is where we're starting the server and sending any log. So all the logs will also be collected by the Docker Desktop. So that's the code. And in terms of the setup, it's pretty straightforward. Instead of passing the API keys in the environment, which we usually do, Docker MCP server also has something called Docker MCP secrets. So you can pass the Docker MCP secrets like this. And once you pass the Zyte API key, you can see that the Zyte API key is available over here. So it can be used by all the MCP servers. Similarly, if you have any other API key, then you can just pass the variable name and the store key over here. You can also check all the MCP servers that are available on your system using this command called Docker MCP server ls. And you can see I have the one that I showed you. These are the three which are officially fetched from the Docker desktop. And this is the one that I have created myself. I just showed you a couple of more steps you need to do to enable it, to tell the LLM client that this is your custom MCP server. You need to set up the something called catalogs. So again, you need to make a catalog directory and you have to link your local MCP server with that one. So let's take a look at it in action. I will be using the Claude desktop, but you can use any LLM client like Cursor, VS Code. And I will say use Zyte MCP server and fetch this page using browser HTML and dump a raw output. And I will be giving it a URL, and the URL I will be giving is, let's say this one. This is the coffee website, and I want to see all these things which will be fetched using the Zyte API. It's a JavaScript heavy website, so I will be using browser HTML, and I mentioned it to my LLM client. So once I give this command, it will be using the Zyte MCP server, and you will see that it's asking me for the permission. So I have to give it explicit permission if I want it to use the MCP Docker. You can see it's asking for permission to use MCP Docker, and I will say okay, allow once, and this will make a call to the Zyte API using the Zyte API key, which is already available in the Docker Desktop MCP Toolkit. It knows my API key, so it will use this URL, it will use this API key, and it will fetch the page content for me. And here is the raw data. The status code is 200. Product name is Milky Cake Columbia. Everything is over here. So this is something that is being fetched using Zyte API. Now, essentially what I've done, I've given power to fetch JavaScript heavy websites to my LLM client, and this makes it easier. Now I can ask question like, what was the altitude this coffee was grown at? And since now my LLM has the context, it will tell me all the answers. So it's 1730 meter. And if I go to this page, the altitude should be 1730. So there you go. I will also show you that I can use page content as well. So if I go to, let's say, quotes to scrape. Now this is a static website. It doesn't use any JavaScript. So what I can do is I can use this. I can use the HTTP response body. And this time I will not tell to use Zyte API or the Zyte MCP server. Let's say if it can figure it out itself. Fetch page content of. That's it. So I will not tell it to use Zyte API or Zyte MCP server. I will not tell it to use HTTP response body, but you can see that it's invoking MCP Docker because LLM clients are pretty smart these days. So I'm going to allow it this time. And you will see that it will fetch this page for me. And this time it's using browser HTML because that's the default one. But if I tell it explicitly to use HTTP response body, then it will definitely use HTTP response body instead of browser HTML, which is a bit cheaper to make call instead of browser HTML because it will fire up a browser for you. So we don't want that, especially for only static HTTP HTML pages. So as you can see that it has fetched all the codes and we can verify the world we have created. It is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Everything is over here. So there's one quick thing that I wanted to also show you. So I told you that the Docker MCP toolkit allows you to fire up MCP servers in the individual Docker containers and they talk to each other and the Docker MCP gateway using HTTIO. So I want to show you how the Docker MCP servers are created when they use it. So let's see all the Docker containers that I currently have. So if I do Docker PS, you will see that there is only one container that I have. There is no Docker container for the MCP server. However, it is available on my file system. So if I do Docker images and I do grep site, you will see that there is a Zyte page content MCP server available, but it's not running because if I do Docker PS, you will see it's not running. Let's also do this command watch -n 0.5 Docker PS. So what it will do, it will every 0.5 second, it will keep checking this Docker PS command. And let's also call the MCP server again. So I want you to take a look at over here. Whenever I need the MCP server, the Docker desktop will fire it up, the container image. It will make the API call to the Zyte API, and then it will, kill it when the thing is done. So just watch over here and you will see the container coming up. So I will say fetch page content of this website using HTTP response body and give a raw JSON output. So once I give it the permission, it will fire up the Docker container. So currently it's asking me for my permission. There is no Docker container, but once I do allow once, you will see the Zyte fetch API page content comes up and it's done because it's so quick. It made a query using HTTIO and it's stopped, it's killed. But now you can see I have the script data available with me. So this is the raw JSON for this page, the URL that I've given, and everything, the page content is over here, and the item main has everything that I might need to give it to my LLM. Now I want to show you one interesting thing. So as I mentioned, I am running multiple MCP servers locally. I'm running a Notion MCP server, YouTube Translate, Context 7, and I will show you how you can combine the functionality of one MCP server with other, and that really supercharges the LLM model. So what I'm going to do, I will say, also, let's show you the HTTP response body. So I will say to it, fetch page content of this URL using HTTP response body and save it under Reels on my Notion workspace. So on the Notion, I have a workspace called Reel, and I want it to save all the content over there. Let's see if it can do it. So it's asking for my permission. I will give it the permission. So it has said that I will fetch the page content, fetch page content. Now I will search for the page called Reels in the Notion workspace. Perfect. I found the Reels page. Now I will create a new page under it, quotes from Lifepack. Great. Now I will add the content. Now it's going to be using the Notion MCP server to make contact with my Notion application. So what it has done, it has fetched the page content from this using HTTP response body. This time we haven't used browser HTML. It has created a new page in the Notion under Reels, and it has added the 10 live quotes, author, and the tags. So this is the URL of the Notion page. And if I open it directly, you will see that it is indeed over here under the Reels tab. So I just need to hide it. So yes, you can see everything is over here. So that's how you can use multiple MCP servers, and Docker Desktop MCP Toolkit really makes it easy. So I will post all the links in the description if you want to check it out. It's quite straightforward, and you should definitely create your own MCP servers. If you do it, then let me know. I will definitely want to check it out. And yeah, do subscribe to our newsletter if you want to stay updated with all the things happening in the web scraping community. And I will see you shortly.